I think there is a moment on the life of every transgender person, like a stage where they find this specific thing that makes them feel not trans enough, and which is, yes. And I think for me that was the moment when I picked my name. So I'm gonna talk about that now. Hey FTM Transtastic, is Julian, and the topic of the week is picking a name. How to? Yes, I did feel like my name, mm, the name, my chosen name, my new name, was kind of like a sign of not being trans enough. Mm, because I very often heard the stories of trans guys who hated their birth name and who wanted a name that had nothing to do with their birth name. And for me, I mean, of course, I wanted a male name, I wanted a masculine name, but I didn't mind picking a name that was kind of related to my birth name because it has to do with the process that I went through. When I came out, I was not ready, and I didn't want to pick a name like right now. Like, I don't want to sit down and think about picking a name. I'm not ready. And what I opted for was a nickname that I already had, that I had from high school even, and it was Jules. And it's actually the name. That's the name of my YouTube account, I think. The name I have on my YouTube account. And Jules is the first three letters of my birth name. So it's not like Julia or Julieta, Juliet. So if you assume that name, don't feel bad. It's not worse. It's a different name. It's kind of like a weird name that starts with very common letters. Anywho, I had that name, and then when I was ready to change my name or to pick like an official name, I obviously I wanted something that started with Jul, because that just is. I mean, my friends already call me Jule. Why would some people call me Jule, and other people, new people in my life, will call me Robert? Like, where does that come from, right? Because I was happy with the nickname. That's the thing. When I went through names, and this is like my process of picking a name, I want a name to start with J because it's kind of like a quirky thing that I have with my family. All of my siblings, we are all named with the first letter on our names with J, all of us, and also my dad. So it's like, well, I want a name that starts with a J because of that. That was the first condition. It has to start with the letter J, the letter J, and the second was that it was Hispanic. The reason of that was because, well, I live in Mexico, and maybe I'm planning to travel. Maybe I would love that. I don't want my name to be super hard to write. For instance, I don't know, Jason. Jason is a cool name, but people would have a hard time writing it, and I just don't have the time to be correcting how people write my name, and maybe you don't care, but I would care. I think those were the very biggest main ones, right? When I went through the names, a list of names, of course, you do that, babynames.com or whatever. I saw names like Juan, which is John, I think, John, Juan, Jose, like biblical names, a lot of the biblical names as well. It began to be very evident that I didn't like any other names other than Julio and Julian. Point being, it kind of made me feel bad to have a name that sounded very like my birth name, because I didn't feel like that was trans enough. Because I didn't want people to think that that's how transgender people pick their names, because I don't know how many jokes I've heard about transgender people. Robert, he's not Robert anymore. Now she's Roberta. Like, no, it's not that's not how it works. And I don't want people to think that that's like, if you're trans, your name is going to be like the feminine version of your birth name. it was exactly because I felt a connection with Julian, because he had a connection with my birth name, that I felt that I wasn't trans enough, that I shouldn't pick that name because it was related to my birth name, and sometimes and somehow like I was supposed to hate my birth name, to feel disconnected from it, which I do. I mean, I hate the name. I cringe when I hear it because it reminds me of how hard I fought, or how hard I struggled for people to start calling me differently, mainly my friends and maybe my mom. But you know, it almost brings bad memories. But at the beginning it wasn't like that. At the beginning, the only name I felt related the only name I felt related to was names that were close to that, and that is not bad. That is not bad, I assure you. So I'm gonna finish now because there's a lot of people walking by and I have to study. I hope you liked the video. It was fun recording, but people will be out now. I have to go. Bye.